Gee, honey, how's that soup?
I actually like it. It's definitely, the flavor's spot on. Broccoli's
Spot on what?
spot
Spot
on
on spicy?
spot on delicious. Okay, I have to admit though, the chunks of broccoli are a little big. They should have been cut bite-sized. And it's definitely a soupy consistency as opposed to, say, a stew, thicker, which I kind of like.
Fire. Look at you. Thanks for coming, daughter.
The bread was really good.
Bread was good.
And the soup?
And the soup is hot.
The bread's
Soup is
good.
soupy.
The soup is soupy.
Soup is soupy.
I like
soup.
super thick potato soup, so not my cup of.
Soup.
All right, here is the ingredient list for tonight's dinner. We are having potato soup with broccoli and cheddar. So we've got ourselves some potatoes. We're gonna peel those and chop those up into uniform small size so they'll cook fairly quick. We've got some onions we're gonna saute in some butter. Broccoli we'll add at the last minute, and so it doesn't get all soggy. We've got about 8 ounces of cheese. We are going to be preparing some bread in the small Dutch oven. So we got some frozen bread dough we're gonna take and get some fresh baked bread using parchment paper to line it. And we're gonna have chicken broth and some milk in our soup tonight. So we were told that if you're going to be putting your cast iron over a city fire, to actually cover it with dish detergent. And so we're like, okay, let's give it a try. And we actually tried it once, and it was really effective. It cleaned up so much easier. It's as if the soot just doesn't stick. So we're giving it another shot, and we'll see how it turns out. So it is soaked and ready for the fire. Okay, so we have some charcoal heating up. We're going to be using that to bake our bread in the little Dutch oven. And then the fire's going. We'll be cooking our soup over the fire. Welcome to Cookout Night Week 7. Tonight we are going to be making potato soup with broccoli and cheddar cheese. And with that we're going to have some bread baked in our small Dutch oven. And so I have this refrigerated bread dough from Rhodes. Took it out and thawed it on the counter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop it up into a couple different small pieces. And then I'm going to roll them into just a couple little balls. And then place them in our Dutch oven with some parchment paper. So Michael, you want to go grab the Dutch oven and bring it over, and we'll go ahead and put it in. Is the lid hot? Okay. So we heated the Dutch oven up a little bit. So we're just going to take these and so we can have individual rolls instead of just a big loaf of bread. You can see they're not even uniform sizes and nowhere near perfect, but there we go. And those will rise a little bit before the coals are ready because the cast iron's nice and hot, and hopefully they'll be nice and fluffy. Alright, so there's our bread. We've got some coals underneath in our tray, and then coals on top, ready to bake.
I'm gonna have to pull some coals off that bread. That's gonna be way too hot.
All right, time to add the chicken broth and potatoes. So we're gonna add the 3 potatoes. And 32 ounces of chicken broth. Alright, and we will cook the potatoes and our chicken broth. Need to cook them until they're tender, and then we'll mash a few of them and add the milk and broccoli. Alright, we're going to take a peek and see how our bread's doing. Ooh, looking good.
Oh, you need to see some more of that? Some of that boiling action?
Boiling action, definitely. Look at that. Outdoor cooking's the best, just saying. Tell me about the guys who cook with wood. Cool.
You have to start a lot earlier to build up a good wood coals. Which is why briquettes and charcoal works good for this sort of start.
So did you have briquettes and charcoal under the fire that you started with the wood?
I didn't, but I put some on top after it started to burn down. I put some charcoal on it.
Okay, so that's where we're getting the slow burn.
Stay going without flaming up. Keep that heat on. Otherwise, I'd have a big fire over here that I keep drawing coals from to keep things going.
Okay. We're gonna check the potatoes, see if they're cooked.
Oh, more? How do I do that? Just go over here and mush them?
Yeah, see how well they mush.
They're mushy.
All right, the mushy gets set. Oh, okay. All right, so we are going to add the broccoli, milk. So I actually used, we have Nalgene bottles that we take camping with us, so it's got measurements on the side. So there you go, 24 ounces of milk, 3 cups.
What kind of milk is that? Is that goat milk, cow milk, mommy milk?
It's whole milk.
Sure.
All right.
Ooh,
It's
yum.
a lot of broccoli. We had a little bit of salt in our butter, but we could add a little more salt and pepper. And we need new salt and pepper shakers. These aren't working so good.
What?
How's the bread doing? Looking good. Nice and brown. So that's all done cooking. We're just gonna add the rest of the coals to our soup. That way we can put the lid back on the bread and just keep it warm. Nicely done.
Ooh.
It's looking good. Bread smells good. Did I mention that?
No, I did.
It smells good. I mentioned it now.
That's because I made it. It's good bread.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Get away for that.
Yeah, thanks. Teaser.
this.
We're gonna check and see how tender the broccoli is.
Oh, perfect. Al dente. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we will add some cheddar
Creamy,
cheese.
Smooth, tender, juicy.
So we've got 8 ounces of cheese.
Show me your cheese. Show me your cheese. Just gonna get this pot all cheesy.
It's part of the soup. It'll make it taste great. Gradually add the cheese so you don't get a lot of clumping. Give it a chance to melt. Just a suggestion. We're actually using the pre-shredded cheese because it's usually coated to keep it from sticking in the bag instead of shredding a block of cheese.
Scorch it over. Little spoon.
That's all we got. Sorry, it's camping. Can't have all of the
Have a cup or
utensils.
another bowl or something?
I get a cup. Would you like a cup?
No, it's not. One.
You're gonna get him a mug.
3. 4. 5.
Yeah.
That's better. Boom. 1. Careful, that pot is bowl is slippery on that plate.
Alright, and come check out the breading. Except for the lid's hot. Ooh.
As good as this here? Maybe it's over there.
No.
Alright. Bowl for you?
Mm-hmm. Thanks for watching Cookout Night Week 7. We hope you enjoyed our potato soup with broccoli and cheddar and freshly baked bread. If you like this episode, go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe if you're interested in seeing more, and hope to see you next week.